Want to treat your family to this crispy and beautiful homemade bread? Then give it a like, subscribe, and let's get started. This is a sourdough bread recipe with whole wheat flour and a seed mix. Let's begin. For the dough, we'll need a starter. I prepare the starter in the morning so I can mix the dough after lunch. This schedule works best for me. I take 40 grams of water, add 20 grams of sourdough starter, and mix. Then I add 40 grams of bread flour and mix well. I cover it and let it sit at room temperature, 23 to 25 degrees Celsius, for about 5 to 6 hours, until the starter reaches its peak and increases in volume by at least 2 to 3 times. After 5 to 6 hours, when the starter is ready, we can begin making the dough. I pour 210 grams of water into a bowl. Add 30 grams of whole wheat flour and 270 grams of bread flour. I mix it well, cover it, and let it rest for 30 minutes for autolyse. During autolyse, the flour absorbs the water and hydrates well, which helps in gluten development. After 30 minutes, I transfer the dough to the mixer bowl and add 60 grams of sourdough starter. I mix on low speed for 3 to 4 minutes. Then I add 6 grams of salt and 10 to 15 grams of extra water if the dough is too thick. I mix on low speed for 2 to 3 minutes and another 2 minutes on higher speed. The dough should come together. I add 1 to 2 tablespoons of the seed mix and mix for 1 more minute. We will continue developing the gluten by doing stretches and folds during the warm fermentation. I transfer the dough to a bowl, cover it, and let it sit for 30 minutes at room temperature, 23 to 25 degrees Celsius. After 30 minutes, I wet my hands and do the first stretch and fold. The dough is still sticky and not fully formed. I cover the bowl and let it rest for another 30 minutes. I wet my hands again and do the second stretch and fold. The dough has become more elastic, and it's easier to work with. I cover the bowl and let it rest for 45 minutes. As you can see, the dough has started to increase in volume, and bubbles are forming. I do the third stretch and fold. Cover the bowl and let it rest for 45 minutes. Next, I do the fourth stretch and fold, then leave it for 30 minutes. After 30 minutes, you should see bubbles on the surface of the dough. The dough should have increased in volume and become lighter. Now it's time for pre-shaping. I dust the work surface with flour and place the dough on it. I flip the dough and shape it into a ball. I cover it and let it rest for 30 minutes. Now for the final shaping. I dust the dough with flour and use a dough scraper to flip it onto the work surface. I fold the dough, as shown in the video, and shape it into a smooth, taut roll. I place the loaf, seam side up, into the prepared proofing basket. I cover it well and leave it to rise in the fridge for 10 to 12 hours. The next morning, I'll bake my bread. I place a baking stone or iron sheet, a deep pan, and a thermometer in the oven. Preheat the oven to 250 degrees Celsius for at least 30 to 40 minutes. Now for the fun part, decorating. This time, I'll be decorating the dough with autumn leaves. I wash the prepared leaves and leave them wet. When the oven is preheated, I take the dough out of the fridge. I flip it onto a piece of parchment paper. Spray the surface of the dough with water. I arrange the leaves as I like. Dust flour generously. Carefully remove the leaves from the surface of the dough. Score the dough with a scoring knife lane. Carefully transfer the dough into the hot oven and cover it with the deep pan. This is necessary to create steam for a beautiful crumb. I bake for the first 15 minutes at 250 degrees Celsius. Then I lower the temperature to 230 degrees Celsius, remove the pan, and bake for another 15 minutes until golden brown. I take out the bread. Place it on a wire rack, and let it cool for 1 to 2 hours. It's time to see what's inside. We cut into our delicious, beautiful, and healthy bread and enjoy. Thank you for watching the video. I'd be happy if you subscribe and give it a like. See you in the next video. Bye bye.